You love plants? I love plants. Taking care of plants is not that difficult, and I'm going to help you fall in love with plants all over again.
Who calls himself a lazy gardener, and we believe of late he's graduated himself from being lazy gardener to a proud gardener. Hello viewers, welcome to yet another session on the Connect series. Today we have Mr. Vinayak Garg, who calls himself a lazy gardener, and we believe of late he's graduated himself from being lazy gardener to a proud gardener. So let's start with chatting with him on the whole concept behind lazy gardener and what all went into it, and then the progress that has been making over the years. Viewers, as you can see in the backdrop of Vinayak, you can see some little flowers and a couple of plants hanging over his head. So let's start chatting. Vinayak, welcome to the show. Tell us something about your project, Lazy Gardener.
Lazy Gardener essentially is our attempt to make gardening easy and simple with the changing times. So what I find is that while people really love plants, but two things have happened over time. One is, say, the lack of time, the general busyness all around us. And the second thing is shrinking spaces. Like now we live in apartments, the balconies are getting smaller. The plants are moving inside from, say, garden to balcony, now balcony to tables. And that's where we are building on solutions and tools that allow people to enjoy plants very easily.
But why lazy?
Lazy was essentially to draw home a point that even if you don't have time, even if you don't want to put in effort or you don't have the energy to put in effort, you can still enjoy gardening and plants. So that was the thought of putting lazy gardener. We thought at that time a lot of, say, easy gardening, easy gardener, simple gardener, but lazy is something that really stuck out to us.
You said we means how many people were there to start with in your team?
So I started it, but I have a couple of friends with whom I really ideated on the idea in the initial as a sounding board to go through the concepts.
When was this?
And,
which year? Which year was this?
So this was 2019. June 2019. I remember we wanted to launch it on Environment Day, and so June 5th. We plan to launch it, and I think we started taking orders just a week before that, and we started shipping on June 5th.
So what was this entire concept about? Shipping orders means you're supplying nurseries, the plants or the seeds? What was the idea?
So we started with I'll give a brief background. So essentially the whole thought pattern started when my sister had a baby, and she was a young girl 3-4 years back, and I just got into this thought pattern that while, say, for me and my sister, gardening played such an important role in our childhood, probably for this new baby that may not be possible to enjoy gardening so much. And that got me thinking on that how my involvement in gardening has changed over time. And we identified three main areas that we need to tackle if we have to make gardening easy and simple. So that is light, water, and nutrition. Okay. Essentially, these three things together for plants, if we make it easy, if we make it super simple, people can have happy plants, the real ones. And so we started with nutrition, and we made these plant food sticks. So essentially, these are small sticks that you can insert into your pot. Okay. And so it takes away the need for fertilizing every 10 days. It takes away the need of guessing what to add, how much to add, and things like that. It's a super simple. So for a 4-inch diameter pot, you put one stick, and it will feed the plant for up to 2 months. So every time you water, a small amount of it gets dissolved in water, and the plant can take it up.
You go to any plant. Suppose I have a money plant, maybe having some tulsi plant or maybe some other plant in my kitchen garden or my terrace garden. So this stick would work on any plant.
Yes. So there are two variants essentially. One is called green stick, and that is general for any plant where you want growth in leaves, greenery. The other one is called bloom stick. So any plant where you need flowers to happen. So it can be either it's a flowering plant or it can be vegetables that first become a flower and then become the vegetable or fruit.
अब बात करते हैं एक बहुत ही यूनिक गार्डनिंग प्रोडक्ट के बारे में। मुझे कुछ दिनों पहले एक लेज़ी गार्डनर नाम की कंपनी ने ये पैकेज भेजा और जब मैंने इसके बारे में पढ़ा और रिसर्च किया तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा, क्योंकि ये जो प्रोडक्ट है वो हम जैसे बिगिनर्स के लिए या उन लोगों के लिए जिनके पास टाइम बहुत कम है फिर भी वो गार्डनिंग करना चाहते हैं, उनके लिए बिल्कुल परफेक्ट है। पैकेज के साथ उन्होंने एक छोटा सा क्यूट सा नोट भी भेजा था जिसमें उन्होंने लिखा था कि वो एक डॉक्टर और इंजीनियर की टीम है जिन्होंने मिलकर ये यूनिक प्रोडक्ट बनाया है। I really like the packaging of this product and it shows the amount of efforts they have put in this product. Now let's check out what's inside this package. तो जैसा कि आप देख सकते हैं इस पैकेज के अंदर दो पैकेट्स थे और एक में ग्रीन कलर की स्टिक्स हैं और एक में रेड कलर की स्टिक्स हैं। चलिए देखते हैं और क्या लिखा हुआ है इसके ऊपर। ये लिखा हुआ है कि ये ऑल पर्पस प्लांट फूड स्टिक्स हैं, एसेंशियल न्यूट्रिशन मिलता है और स्लो रिलीज़ होता है। एक पैकेज में 50 स्टिक्स हैं और ये जो न्यूट्रिशनल स्टिक्स हैं ये 60 दिनों तक प्लांट को न्यूट्रिशन प्रोवाइड करती हैं।
How was the sticks priced at? Each stick would cost how much?
So the sticks come in a pack of 50 sticks, and the green stick is priced at 550 is what we retail at. I'll just show you. So this is the green stick ka pack.
Okay.
And these 50 sticks are priced at 550, and then these bloom sticks are again 50 sticks. These are priced at 600. And the really good thing about it is that while they look like small sticks, but it essentially, if you price it out like per plant per month, it will come out like say 5 rupee or 10 rupee depending upon your plant size per month.
Yeah. And what goes into these sticks? What are they made of?
So these are made of natural mineral compounds. So and there are a wide range of inputs that go into it. One thing that we made sure is that it incorporates not only the macronutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, but it also takes care of say boron, copper, manganese, zinc, iron, the smaller trace elements, like just like for say us as humans, like carbohydrate, protein, fats is very important, but then we also need iron and vitamin D. These two variants basically take care of the whole range of plants.
Okay, then you progress from the sticks to nutrition to actual plants. What happened after that? So, and how was the response? Sticks, and how was the response?
The response for sticks was very good. It is still really heartening to see how people adopted it, and what we thought of as a gap that yes, people are busy and that's why they lack doing it was proven by the response we got.
And how are you marketing? How are you marketing the idea?
So we started with Instagram, and that has been like the mainstay. We create a lot of content on Instagram. A lot of it is not directly linked to our products, but because of my love for gardening, a lot of the content ended up being educational about plants and home gardening and urban gardening. It allowed us to create a community, and then when we talk to them about the product also, it is well received, and that has been one of the big ways how we have gone to market and connected with
you started this off as a hobby or a main occupation?
So it was meant to be done as a hobby or as a side occupation maybe, but within a couple of months we realized that it needs a lot more time and focus. At that time, I was already running a company we were making software for healthcare. So like your Apple Watch apps to measure your heart rate data and analyze that, a portal for nutritionists and all that. We launched that. We thought it will be one product. It will be it'll be simple and easy. But the more we kept doing it, the more we did content, the community grew and everything. Very soon, like within 2-3 months, we really took it up full time, and I got some team from my previous company and then started building team here.
Which means you started off in June, July, by I think by August, September, by Dasara
Yeah.
Diwali last year, you were on your own.
True. Yeah.
Okay.
Normally I have this, and this is a huge giant version of the same plant. This Philodendron Congo cost me 200 rupees. Variegated rubber plant. At onset it might look that it is a distressed plant, but then I looked at the branching. It has a lot of branching, and as you can see here, it has new growth. That's why I know it is healthy, and in 200 rupees it was a steal. Then I have this Bougainvillea, very nice, very interesting, almost a 3 foot tall for 100 rupees. Do you know the name of this one? I got it in many varieties. I mean many colors. This is a poppy flower. I got it for 10 rupees a plant. This is petunia. And every time a bloom kind of wilts, you just deadhead it. Remove this.
You studied the subject. What's your background like?
So I have done my engineering. I've done my engineering in production industrial engineering from IIT Delhi.
Okay.
I graduated in 2008, and the sticks have taken about 3 years to be launched to market. It has been a lot of trial and error in general, and a lot of studying in general of the research papers and what has already been done or what we can do more.
So what happened after that? After the sticks?
After the sticks, while we are working on a lot of products, but during pandemic, essentially I was thinking of where all to put the plants. And one we started was a magnetic planter, so that you can put your plants on fridge or other places wherever you have an iron surface. And some similar.
And fridge surface is very small. The magnetic stickers, etc., that we normally keep on the fridges. This what?
Yeah.
Hardly 2 inches, 3 inches.
एक फ्रिज मैग्नेट है. इसमें यहाँ पर पीछे 2 मैग्नेट्स दिए हुए हैं जो इसको काफ़ी स्टडी रखते हैं फ्रिज के ऊपर, और ये फॉल नहीं करता है, काफ़ी ज़्यादा स्टडी है. प्लस ये जो इसमें ब्रश दिया हुआ है जिससे कोको खेल रहा है, ये इसको क्लीन करने के लिए ब्रश दिया हुआ है. इट्स अ रियली एन ऑसम आइडिया टू डेकोरेट योर फ्रिज विद द प्लांट्स. तो मैं अपनी लीव्स काट रही हूँ, जिसमें नॉट्स होता है वो मैं काट रही हूँ, और इसी में मैं इसको डाल दूँगी. पानी डाल के आपको बस इसमें डालना है. लीव्स डालने के बाद यू जस्ट हैव टू स्टिक इट ऑन योर फ्रिज. एंड आप देखिए ये कितना ज़्यादा ब्यूटीफुल लग रहा है. ये आपके किचन को एक डिफरेंट लुक दे देगा, आपके फ्रिज को एक डिफरेंट लुक दे देगा. इट्स रियली रियली प्रिटी. और फ्रिज खोलने और बंद करने से भी ये गिरता नहीं है, काफ़ी स्टडी रहता है.
Yeah. So what happens is, you might have seen people grow money plants and other plants in water. It's known as water propagation.
Yeah.
There's a class of plants which you can say take a cutting, put it in water, and it'll grow roots.
Grow. Yeah.
And it can be really big. One important aspect of plants in urban gardening I see is the fact that it is a great, it has a great role in say mental wellness and mental health. A, because of the greenery, and secondly because you're taking care of something that is living, and it creates a schedule for you and other things. Now, magnetic planters essentially play a very important part in this aspect, which is, I understand your point. Probably it's not going to be the way to get maximum number of plants in your home, but it can be used to say brighten up a place where you did not have plants and now you have, and you enjoy having them.
No, but it requires sun also. So what do you do about for your photosynthesis requires sun?
So photosynthesis requires light.
Yeah.
And so for a range of plants, you have to understand the plants that we keep indoors. Essentially, they come from rainforest and they are the bottom feeder layer. So what it means is it gets very filtered sunlight because the top canopy is really dense and only a very limited sunlight can pass through.
Yes, yes.
Now, these plants at the bottom are those for which even say the artificial tube light or bulb in our homes is enough for them to sustain and to grow. So typically, like money plant is one most
Example, yeah.
common plant that we keep, which comes from the similar origins. So money plant is there, philodendron, there's dracaena, and spider plants. These plants, they can grow in say medium light indoors, which might be coming from the source of tube light or bulb.
Has given a lot of opportunities for to people. Other of course, a lot of them are working instead of 8 hours, 10 hours, maybe 12 hours, 18 hours. But quite a few of them have found some free time.
Yeah.
But they're all locked in the lockdown period. You could not go out. So has this helped you in spreading your message?
So I think around 8:20 p.m. is when our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi announced the lockdown for 21 days.
हेल्थ सेक्टर के एक्सपर्ट्स और अन्य देशों के अनुभवों को ध्यान में रखते हुए देश आज एक महत्वपूर्ण निर्णय करने जा रहा है। आज रात 12 बजे से पूरे देश में, ध्यान से सुनिए, पूरे देश में आज रात 12 बजे से संपूर्ण देश में संपूर्ण लॉकडाउन होने जा रहा है। हिंदुस्तान को बचाने के लिए, हिंदुस्तान के हर नागरिक को बचाने के लिए, आपको बचाने के लिए, आपके परिवार को बचाने के लिए आज रात 12 बजे से घरों से बाहर निकलने पर पूरी तरह पाबंदी लगाई जा रही है।
Just like 3 or 4 minutes after that we put out a post saying that for the next 21 days, we'll do a gardening class every day on how you can grow things from within your home. Now, those 21 days we did every day, 4 to 5, I did a class where we grew from lemon seeds and cuttings of vegetables, tomatoes, and things like that. A lot of people joined in.
So what was the audience like? How many people must have joined in the initial stages? About 50, 60?
I think if I have to look at people who continuously were part of it, would be about, say, 150 or so.
Not bad at all.
We had a registration of about 2,500 or so. So on a typical day, it will be 300, 350. But a consistent audience which joined 21 days would be, I would say, 100, 150.
So was it paid or is it free? Was it paid
No,
for?
it was free. It was free. In fact, after we completed these 21 days, then we did 5 masterclass sessions on YouTube, where I said, okay, let us do a more in-depth understanding topic by topic of how to keep plants indoors. Basics and things that will make your plants dance, sing and thrive. So for happier plants, join the free houseplant masterclass.
let's do it. Come down. Hi, I'm Vinayak from Lazy Gardener and you are watching Houseplant Masterclass Episode 1. First of all, thank you so much for everyone coming out.
The first one we did, we had over 10,000 people attend that one in the live. And so definitely, I think there is two things that have happened. What I discussed initially when I said when we started Lazy Gardener, we talked about people being busy and not having time. So that one factor changed. And that one factor changing means that people are now having time to experiment. So they have some patience, especially in the initial 1 month of lockdown. If you remember, everyone was like, I want to make it productive. I want to do something in this. Yeah. So I know so many people who actually grew tomatoes and microgreens and lemons and wheatgrass with us, and would actually involve themselves, their children, into DIY activities, hands-on activities, trying to cater to
No,
nature.
but the general impression has been that people were sulking, people were upset. Oh my God, suddenly this lockdown, I can't go out anywhere, I can't go to movie, I can't go take my children out for eating out. And even kids themselves, they had this issue of, they were just hanging out of the windows and screaming, and I want to go out, mommy, I want to go out. But of course, I think as the days passed by, I think people realized they actually cannot go out there. They have nothing else to do but other than getting stuck to the four walls of the home.
That is true. I think, but in my experience, and I think it depends probably also because my interaction mostly is also from people who come to us on our social media channels, was that initially for a few weeks, people actually felt that I can use this time. It's a welcome break. Like 4 days, 5 days is fine. And then essentially what happened is most of the people in the first 21 days, I think they believed that it is for 21 days. When that got extended from 21 to further and then to further, that's when it kind of put an uncertainty in mind that I don't know when next I would be allowed out.
Building a social media audience is not an easy thing. And particularly a subject like this, what kind of difficulties or challenges that you encountered? Building a social media audience is not an easy thing. And particularly a subject like this, what kind of difficulties or challenges that you encountered? Could be actually a learning point for others also who want to do experimental things during the pandemic, which is not going to end in too soon.
I think one of the most important thing if you are looking at building a social media audience is, firstly, you have to be honest. People connect with people, right? If you look at, say, anyone's journey, you want to find some kind of relatability. Yeah. And when we were sharing, so we started in June last year, and today, like 16 months or 17 months after that, we have about 300,000 followers on Instagram. I think one of the things that really struck was that people could connect with me and our posts, because they could see that when my plants don't do well, I share that they're not doing well. Okay. We take everything as a learning experience. We share everything. It is filtered in the sense that obviously I'm not online 24/7, but it's not filtered in the sense that if I see something, I will never not post it because I think it will reflect badly on us. Because and that has helped, I think, in one biggest way I feel is that people who are gardening or who have done any type of gardening, they are able to find immense value in that. Like I'll tell you one example. So when you buy plants from nursery, now you might see a big plant and everything, but inside there is a small plastic basket.
Yeah.
And once I was repotting, I found that basket. I put out a small video on it and a photo on it that this basket should be removed. And there were so many comments, and people essentially were saying that I always saw this, I always wondered what to do with it, but I never found this content anywhere what to do with it. Should I keep it in the plant, not keep it in the plant? So this is a question that, say, anyone who has bought plant from nursery and ever tried to fidget around the plants, they face this question. But because we also really do gardening, we are able to put that out to people. I think the second thing that really works well is to actually interact with the audience, with the people that you are putting the content out for. We did a lot of lives. I did a lot of stories, more than the posts actually.
So this is more than a
During,
full-time job.
it is, I'll tell you, during lockdown, there have been days when I've done like 5 to 7 lives in a single day. And that might be, some are on our channel, some is with somebody else. And social media is actually very challenging and draining if you don't manage it well. I think one of the most important thing with social media is that it is such a long drawn process that you have to be real, and it takes your time. Uh, but the only way to really build a bigger and a long lasting community is to be very real. Uh, and it takes time, it takes effort, and that's also, it's easiest to not fake it and put things. I'll give you an example. Like, say, if my plant dies or if I have trouble with the plant, I would rather put it on social media and share what was the issue, what was the trouble with this plant, and be it an educational experience for everyone, than to just show my great good looking plants, and then basically you're creating a distance from what your audience is actually experiencing with their plants and what you are showcasing. So that is one approach that I have always believed
So,
in.
so it ought to be participative, interactive, and
Yes. So, in terms of interactiveness, aid on Facebook, we have a lot of opportunities to have a open discussion, because people can reply in the comments and share their videos, photos, and things like that. They can also leave reviews on our products and their experience with the products on the our Facebook page. Uh, then in general, when it comes to other avenues like, say, Instagram or YouTube, what we like to do is we like to do a collaborative learning or a collaborative effort where we take feedback or on our posts, and that guides the content creation further. So like right now for winter gardening, what people want to grow from seed, what people want to learn for the winter gardening, we ask them and then we create that content.
okay.
That kind of allows the collaborative effort, and a feedback loop is kind of completed.
Welcome to Winter Gardening with Lazy Gardener. Now Diwali is done, and what it means is winter is here, and one of the best seasons across India for growing anything. In a couple of months, all your gardens will be filled with flowers and vegetables and herbs, and we are here to grow together. This video today we are going to learn how to grow coriander and methi or fenugreek from seed, and this time we are growing it as a herb. So we are growing it so that you can get produce, you can grow it big, and you can use it in your vegetables and cooking.
Great. So from lazy gardener, you more or say graduating into proud gardener. So tell us something about
Yeah.
this proud gardener venture. I believe you took over a company called Proud Gardener.
Yeah, so we acquired Proud Gardener recently.
Yeah.
Proud Gardener is a company that has been into home gardening space, and their products cater to a slightly different segment than what we cater to currently. And this is essentially with an aim to be the solution company for anyone engaged in home gardening. So anyone who's practicing gardening at home, have plants at home, we want to complete the whole 360-degree range and provide them innovative solutions so that more and more people can have happier plants within their four boundaries.
So you started off with those nutrition sticks. then of course
Right.
into social media consultancy that you have been giving, and all this has been happening free. I mean, the consultancy has been obviously must have been happening free, no? Or is there any paid content
Yeah.
that you
So
have?
the whole all the educational content is absolutely free, of course, be it through our emails, our Instagram, YouTube, any place that it is absolutely free. The only way we as a company make money is through selling our products on our own website or through Amazon, Flipkart, and other portals.
So which are the other products
Everything
you
else
have?
is absolutely freely
Which are
distributed.
the other products? Like you started with a stick. What else do you sell?
Right. So besides sticks, now after the lockdown, we really got thinking about how can we get plants into different areas of home. And one of the products has been a magnetic planter. This is a small ceramic planter that can get attached to your fridge, and you can put cuttings of money plant and other plants in this in water, and it really looks beautiful and it adds to the greenery in your kitchen.
खुद देख सकते हैं कितना ज़्यादा ब्यूटीफुल लग रहा है। और दूसरी चीज़ जो मुझे मिली है वो तो आई जस्ट लव इट। ये एक कॉफ़ी मग है जिसमें कि प्लांट मॉम लिखा हुआ है। आई रियली लव द प्रिंट एंड ऑल, एंड दिस इज़ द सुपर कप एवर आई हैव रिसीव्ड। और अगर आप मेरे जैसी किसी प्लांट मॉम को ये गिफ्ट देना चाहते हैं तो ये एक सुपर आइडिया है।
Besides that, we had similar things for putting on the wall or keeping on the table. Wooden pieces in which glass tubes can be placed, and
Yeah.
in that you can put small plants. So this was a whole series of what we termed as bring plants closer, and this is a set series of 4 products that really gel together.
One
And
of
besides that, moving forward, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Moving forward,
Yeah,
continue.
I'm saying, yeah, moving forward, we are looking at both products in the range of what allows people in having plants in a better manner in home, like a home decor thing, but we are also looking at how can we cater to the care of plants. So like the insecticides, pesticides, something to deal with these pests and insects in an easy, hassle-free way, or to have a better soil. I think soil is one of the big things in gardening that is overlooked, but can actually hold solutions to a lot more things. Like very simply, when we talk about plants die because of overwatering, it
Yeah.
seems like the solution is to water less, but actually a lot of it can be solved by having a much better soil so that the fungus and the water stagnation does not happen.
See, in one of the YouTube's, I was programs. I was looking at. I saw one a lady explaining of recycled plastic and recycled bottles and pieces of tires she was using for plantation.
Yeah.
So how manageable it is, how difficult or how easy, and how viable.
With me,
Richita from the BLA.
yeah. So Richita is going to tell us about this Aditi Mahavidyalaya's installation.
We had come with a new idea how we can use the plastic bottles, glass bottles, the tires or the junk chairs which we normally throw.
Right.
But in this we have made a new innovation. You can these in the decoration for the drawing room, and now you can see that how comfortable it is.
Right.
Gardening you can make more beautifully. Plants are the already beautiful things of the nature.
Right,
So
right.
children will enjoy making it.
If your reason to garden is to make a change towards environment, another way you can do it is to use something which is making it bad and use it in something that's going to make it better.
See, as a pot, essentially you need 2 things. You need a volume, you need to hold a volume of soil, and then you need to give an exit to the water you are putting in, right? Now, actually speaking, anything like say, even at my home, we would have these old drums. So like when we had construction 15 years back, we got 3 big drums.
Yes.
Now, over time, because of heat, they started splitting open. So now we made them into like 6 big containers filled with soil, and you can do gardening there.
Mhm.
Now, really, pot, besides the aesthetics, has little role except for holding the soil together and having, there should be definitely drainage at the bottom. So speaking in that sense, you can actually put in anything and everything that can do that. I have seen people uh, do this where even a wooden setup, like
Yeah,
even if you might have a cabinet drawer, they line it with a plastic layering so that the
yeah,
wood is not in contact with the water,
water.
and then they just use it as the pot or a container.
Oh, that's interesting. In fact, in one of your Instagram posts also I've seen how to check whether how much to water, when to water or not.
Right.
Then you showed that
Yeah.
holding the little pot in it, you dip your finger. If you feel the dampness, I mean, it's okay, it doesn't require water. These are the small things, of
Right.
course, people tend to ignore. So it's very nice.
True.
Another thing is, see, from these plantation plants which are aesthetic, which add to the beauty of your drawing room, which you do up. Then you have people like me. We have small windows. The windows, uh, the little space available in the window also can be used for segment of plantation. But general
Right.
feeling, I don't know whether you call it misconception or something. People feel that if you have this kind of plants in your windows, they attract insects and mosquitoes. So that adds to your malaria issues. So what do you take on this?
So we get a lot of questions for this. Like I remember when I would show my plants also, and the one people would say it looks good, but this right then there would be, how do you deal with mosquitoes?
So this is a tire which is normally wasteful, and then you have a rope, very simple rope, but together they look beautiful, and our all-time favorite money plant pothos in it. Extremely brilliant. Another thing, it has a pot inside. So if you're afraid of dengue, mosquito, any water collection, then that's the way to go. There are two ways to use bottles for your vertical hanging planters. One is you can go vertically one below the other. Just have a drainage hole here, water at the top, it'll drip through and it'll feed all the plants. And the second one is this way.
Yeah,
And personally, I have never had issue of mosquitoes with the plants I have inside the home. So what I would always share is probably three things that help. Firstly, I water very less.
okay.
Like as you mentioned in that thing, like check the dampness. When the soil is ready to take in more water, that's when you water it. So I think if you water only as much is required, which plant is readily absorbing, then there is not extra water for mosquitoes to breed.
Good.
Then the other thing happens is you have these plates below the pots, below
Yeah.
the plants, in which the water accumulates.
Yes.
I think that's the second place where you should not allow the water to accumulate for sure. Uh, and then the third thing is, whenever I get new plants, I don't bring them indoors right away. I let them stay outside. And many times I find when they're outside that they are carrying insects, and then I don't bring them in.
Okay.
So I understand that people who believe it will attract mosquitoes, it's no doubt it's coming from real experience.
Mm.
But that is something that can be handled by making sure essentially that the water is not stagnating on there.
In any case, in the current COVID era, whatever you buy, you don't straight away bring it into home. You keep it outside somewhere or
Right.
keep it in the window outside.
Yeah.
That culture is anyway building in. Like even the ironed clothes that you get from your iron wala, that also you keep them out for a day or two. That culture is coming. So
True.
it's a very nice talking to you, Vinayak. I think we have
Thank you.
completed most subject. We covered the gaps. So what if you have doubts, I'll get back to you. And very nice
Thank
talking
you.
to you. Thank you very much for joining us. It's a great pleasure talking to Vinayak. Thank you.